Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Cheryl here taking over here for the third as Josh had to exit on another commitment this evening, but I'm here to bring you home here in the third period. After 40 minutes, it's 3-0 Barrie Sharks with goals from Keller, Brumwell, and Wallace as the girls are coming back here on the ice to start the third period. That will start the third period on a power play. Only 4 seconds transpired off that power play to come into the third. End in the second and coming into the third. So they'll have another opportunity to increase their lead. Again, 3-0. I'm coming in at the last minute. Normally I would have a lunch of out-of-town scores for you, but I didn't have a chance to look at those. My buddy Josh is here to help me. My buddy James. I might got your name wrong, James. Oh my God. I'm sorry. James Battaglia is here to help me with the remainder of this game. And as you can see, the Sharks are doing well. 3-0. They are currently sitting in fourth place, right behind the Nepean Wildcats coming into today's game, and this will help either tie them or leapfrog over them in the standings. And if you look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the Etobicoke Dolphins defeated the Central York Panthers. That was 1-2 by a score of 7-1. So Etobicoke maintaining their lead in first place. Central York still right behind them. As the East Ottawa Stars come back onto the ice here. 20 seconds remaining here in the intermission, and I'm going to change gears, James. I got to remember which game I'm calling. Barrie? We're in Barrie. Okay, all right, good to know. What's that?
Write it down, Barrie.
No, I got it. Thanks, James. All right, McDonald to take the face-off for East Ottawa versus Mally Winter, and we are here ready to go here in the third and final frame of this contest. Sonia Mehta sending it forward. Doesn't get too far over that red line before the East Ottawa Stars bring it right back. That was Genevieve Bisson. Taya Wallace sending it back to Sonia Mehta. Through the neutral zone, here she comes. Cutting around, cutting in, shot in, just misses on the far side post. Kathleen Dion. Back in her own end with Sonia Mehta sending it forward. McKay sending in, and a flash of the leather by Wallet to stop that. 1:15 remaining in the power play. And we're just in the opening 30 seconds here of the third period. I want to thank Josh for bringing the first two periods to you. We're kind of tag teaming it today, but Josh, as always, did an awesome job. Shot in. Ooh. Driver felt that hit the shins. Willard shooting it in. Wallet with a big save, and Driver's going to grab a hold of that and will clear it at least out to the blue line. Not out. Try a centering pass, but it goes by everybody. Picked up by Sadie France. She'll cut in. Send it over to the far side for Charette. Charette to Willard. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Shot in. Hits Keller in the skates, and that'll give Fortin the opportunity to clear the zone. Come right back to Silva, tries to corral it. She finally does. Sends it to the slot area. Keller not quite ready for that pass. Charette at the blue line to the far side for Jenny Keller. Down for De Silva. Out in front for Willard. She'll wait, fire. That hits Fortin's shin. And I bet she feel that because it sure sounded like a full force from here. Icing waved off. Maxwell will not touch it and will leave it for Charette. Charette looking at her options, sends it to the near side. France loses the handle, but does manage to get the puck to go forward right on the stick of Sam Larmond. Larmond taking a turn. It'll go the distance all the way down. We're back to 5-on-5, so that will be an icing call against the East Ottawa Stars. 17:56 remaining here in the third period. 3-0 again, Barrie Sharks. 1 goal coming in the first and 2 goals coming in the second. There's been power plays at both ends. Shots on goal after the second period, 15-12 in favor of the Sharks, so it is close. Ball at the blue line. Back into the neutral zone for Kate Stewart. Larman will battle for it. Stewart bringing in the zone. Bromwell looks to place herself in front of the slot, but that doesn't work, so we'll skate through. Cosgrave to the far side for Larmond. Can't hand it off. Oh, errant pass. Sharks take advantage in a flash of the leather by Wallet. Sharks are back in action tomorrow afternoon at the Sadlon Arena as they play a part in the ice pink event. Game time 1:30 versus the Mississauga Hurricanes. You're not going to want to miss that. Josh will have the action for you. I'm sorry to miss that one. I'm sure it's going to be awesome anyway. Here's Tessier coming down the far side, near side, to the far side. I feel like I'm talking about a comic book strip here. All right, out in front, looking for Annie McDonald in front, misses her. East Ottawa driving back towards the Sharks' end. Back to neutral. In comes McCran. McCran to the far side. East Ottawa trying to hold on to the line. They send it down into the near side corner. They'll make a wraparound. Here's McCran with a shot. And a flash of the leather for Riley Maxwell on the other end. 16:39 on the clock. Third and final frame. Although it feels like period number 1 to me. After the draw, puck sits there. No one sees it for a second. Shot in by Driver, and that nearly found its home behind Maxwell. Play continues out in front. It'll trickle out to the blue line. Stars hold on. Driver again trying the backhand. It just trickles by the far side post. Out in front again. Dion gets a stick on it, and she can't clear it. Driver picking her pocket. She picks it right back. Still can't get it out of the zone. Puck will escape and come all the way down. Wallet will leave it for her defense. Back up to Driver. Trying to send it forward for Hogue, but picked off by Bromwell. She'll fire. That hits the shin of Wappling. Another shot in by Bromwell, and that misses. Slides by the goal stick and out to the far side. Wappling trying to hold on with Bromwell. They battle for it behind the net. Out into the neutral zone for Gabby Willard. I'm so happy to see Gabby Willard back in the lineup. That gets me so excited. Sharks have been playing shorthanded for quite a while, and they're inching closer to getting a full roster. And that'll be exciting once they do. Battle for it on the far side. Annabelle McKenzie trying to work her way on the puck and get it out of town. East Ottawa pushed off the puck. Still can't clear it. Sharks holding on. Here's Abby Bromwell. She fires. That somehow does not meet the target. Back out to the blue line, but just over the stick of Willard. She'll back up over the red line and carry the puck back into the zone. Out in front for Larmond, and that connection nearly resulted in a goal. What a great heads-up play by Bromwell and Larmond, and that puck will go the distance, and we will have an icing call against the East Ottawa Stars. 14:40 here to go in the third. 3-0 Barrie Sharks. McKenzie to take the draw for East Ottawa. That's won by the Sharks, but Kay turns and fires, and Wallet's got that in the glove. So a couple seconds off the clock, and we'll set up shop and do it again. Swanson to take the draw. She's facing off against McDonald again, and he'll come on out to the neutral zone. Here's McCran all by herself against Sabin. Ooh, it just slides by the near side post as Maxwell was out of her net. Oh my, lucky break for the Sharks. McDonald and McKay will lock, and the puck will come the other way. McCran trying to get it out in front. Maxwell really trying to hold on to that post. Out to Bisson. Bisson around the goal line, trying to get it out in front. Out in front into the area of the slot, fire in, and Maxwell's going to glove that down for a quick face-off. 13:53 remaining in the third period. 3-0 Barrie Sharks. How you feeling, James? Good. Oh, yeah. It's getting nippy outside. I think winter's on its way. Yeah. Puck will come all the way through the neutral zone, and they're going to give it chase. Payette can't quite get to it for East Ottawa, so that is going to result in an icing call. So we'll set up and do it back over next to Riley Maxwell. Sadie France will take the draw for the Sharks. Quick shot in, but Dion quick to get her stick on it. And the Sharks will clear it. It's Sadie France trying to get it forward for Jenny Keller, freshly sporting her letter A on her jersey this afternoon. Congratulations, Jenny Keller, on having that placed on your shoulder. Upon my arrival here at the rink, I learned that the season A's were handed out, and I look forward to congratulating all those ladies who now have those letters on their jerseys. The puck will squeak by. It's going to get picked up by Driver. Driver behind the net. Trying to get around Jenny Keller. Down to Wappling. Wappling will gently feed it forward for Driver. Picked off by Adrielle Charette to the blue line. All right, a little bit of weaving and waving here for Genevieve Bisson. She weaves it again and manages to get a shot off. What an effort by Bisson. My goodness. Maxwell up to the challenge, but what an effort there by Bisson to weave around not one, not two, but three different blue jerseys. Amazing. You gotta love the drive that some of these girls have. They want to get a goal. East Ottawa know they came in here, when they came in here, that they were fighting a giant in the Barrie Sharks. They always want to put up a good test, as any team does when they come in as the underdog, and they're giving it a good fight. Shots on goal were close after the second period, 15-12. They want to get a goal here to show that they can go toe-to-toe with the Barrie Sharks. And of course, I know the Sharks want to climb the ladder in the standings, and they want to make sure that this win is decisive. McDonald tries to backhand it to McCran. Doesn't work. Kate Stewart taking over. Can't get around Valley, though. Valley sending it to the far side. Shot in. Maxwell with the great pad save. Here's Kate Stewart all by herself, trying to reave around Angélie Valley. Shot in and a paddle save. East Ottawa trying to clear, and they do get it to the neutral zone. Reclaimed by Kate Stewart and over to Cosgrave. She'll bring it in, and I can see that the Sharks are still sporting those pink stripes down their helmets, getting set for tomorrow's contest. I believe they don't wear pink jerseys, but everything else is going to be pink. Down behind the net, Valley gives a chase, and we'll send it over to the far side. Picked up on the far side by Beatrice Govan. Not out. Cosgrave coming in to hold the line. Sharks are hanging on in the East Ottawa end. Again, 3-0 Barrie Sharks, final period. Maddie McKay trying to get it out in front, and it will escape the zone all the way down. Simone Swanson feeding it forward for McKay, but she can't hold on. Winter backing her up. Cosgrave now trying to hold the line, skips over her stick. In comes Driver. She's all by herself, but she shoots anyway. Maxwell with the save, some slight pushing and shoving between Driver and Meta, I believe. No, Driver and 7. Just about the halfway point here of the third and final frame. Meta to De Silva. On the far side, here comes Jenny Keller. She's got one already. Shot in. Ouellette with a great save at point-blank range. Very nice save for Ouellette. Another shot in. Skips to the near side corner. Sophie Orlicki sending it forward for her teammates. Trying to push it, and Star hits the deck. I can't see who it is from here. It's Kessa Hogue going flying on her stomach. Play continues. Meta is hauled down. No call on that. Jenny Keller trying to get a stick on it, but it's lifted at the last minute. De Silva sends it over to the near side boards. France is trying to catch up with it. Bromwell to the far side. Down the far side, right in front of the Barrie bench. The Stars come in offside. That was Molly Cote. It'll come back into the East Ottawa, and Stewart trying to feed Bromwell. Has her stick lifted by Annie McDonald. East Ottawa 2-on-2. Willard trying to get back, and it will just trickle past the near side post. Picked off by Bisson at the red line, and we're going to have a call here on the offside as a couple of East Ottawa Stars were just a shade too far inside the zone. 9-11. I don't want to say 9-11. 9-11 remaining in the third period. I always think that 9-11 is a taboo thing to say. Over the far side for Piper 7. She looks, chips it off the boards, and Madeleine McKay is going to chase after it. Valley for East Ottawa gets there first and gets it to the blue line. Here's Tessier. Tessier making a turn, has her pocket picked by the Sharks. Shot in by McKay, and a great save by Wallet. Face off between Annabelle McKenzie and Wallace, and that's won by the Sharks briefly. And a breakaway attempt here by the East Ottawa Stars. Shot in, and she finds the top shelf. That's number 13, Beatrice Govan. And East Ottawa is on the board with 8:43 remaining in the period. We'll see who gets the assist on that, but what a great breakaway attempt by Govan. Getting on the board, it's only 2 goals down. And everybody knows, if anyone knows hockey, a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous in hockey because momentum can shift awful quick. Sharks are going to have to make sure they keep doing what they're doing to finish off this game. Far side. And then it will be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks. 8:33 on the clock. Battle behind the goal line as East Ottawa is trying to make a lap. Interrupted by De Silva momentarily. Out for Payette at the blue line and down low behind the goal line. East Ottawa still battles for it, but the Sharks are going to clear it. Here's Jenny Keller. Gets around one defense. In the slot, fires. Rebound available after Wallet makes the save, but no Shark available to capitalize on that. De Silva makes a shot in. And it looks like there was a problem with the goalie mask that the referee didn't know about as the fans here were yelling for a stoppage in play. She's going to look at that and make sure that everything is okay before play continues. Wallet definitely the busier goaltender here in the third period. Making some really good stops too. Been no scoring for the Barrie Sharks here in the third. Back to the blue line, fire in, saved by Wallet. Assisted that East Ottawa goat, number 44, Annabelle McKenzie. Stewart trying to cut in, feeds it off to Larman, can't get it past Wallet. Play continues as the Stars try to exit the zone. Willard at the blue line, fire in. Oh, right to Stewart's stick, and she slides it in past Ouellette and restores the 3-goal lead. Kate Stewart here with the goal in the third period, and I happen to notice she's sporting an A on her jersey as well. Charette has it after the face-off, feeds it over from double 7 to single 7, and up to Wallace. She can't get by Payette. Willard with the assist on that Kate Stewart goal. Around behind the goal line as we are approaching here the latter minutes here of the third period. Now 4-1 Barrie Sharks. Valley. Swanson trying to steal that puck away. Valley needs to be careful. Swanson does pick it up, sends it behind the net. Wallace trying to work the puck out in front for French. She finds it. In comes Jenny Keller. She immediately gets a stick on it and tries for the backhand. Shot in, saved by Ouellette. She pounces on that puck for a face-off with 6:13 remaining in the third period. 4-1 Barrie Sharks. Puck is down here just to the left of Ouellette. East Ottawa's got possession, not for long. Here's to Silva, trying to backhand it off to Keller. East Ottawa picking it back up. They'll get it into the neutral zone. Keller loses it in her feet. All the way up in front for Hogue. Fires, finds the top shelf. That pass off by Hogue into the slot, and it's now 4-2. That goal scored by number 39, Sophie Orlicki. And things are getting interesting here in the third, James. Back to a 2-goal differential here. Under 6 minutes to go here in the third period. Tessier lifts it up and out of bounds, so we'll have a stoppage in play here. And a face-off. After the draw, feeds up to Stewart. Stewart's going to try to look over and give it to Larmond, intercepted. East Ottawa is going to find a new gear here after scoring 2 goals on the Sharks here in the third. Sharks want to try to increase their lead to not give them any ounce of hope here in the latter half of the third period. Down the far side and around behind the goal line. Picked up by Brumwell. Brumwell will come into the slot, has her stick lifted, and Ottawa gets a piece of it. East Ottawa gets a piece of it. Big lap by McCran. Doesn't get past Kathleen Dion before sending it back up to Brumwell. Under 5 to go here in the third frame. In the neutral zone, McKay to the far side. It'll trickle back and all the way to the goal line. Icing waved off. Pass out, long ice pass, oh my. Beatrice Govan was in the right place at the right time and then hit a rut and fell over. She may have been off to the races. East Ottawa holds the line. Disson comes in, tries to feed it over to Govan. Around the back of the net into the far side. Maddie McKay taking her time, trying to feed off to Willard. She gets pushed off. East Ottawa trying to get out in front, and Maxwell's going to put a glove on that. 4:04 remaining in the third period, and no penalties. It's been 5-on-5 here for the entire third period. That's what I prefer. I prefer 5-on-5. Timeout, Barrie. Probably Eldridge wants to talk to his players and settle them down after that goal by East Ottawa. Well, James, how's your Saturday going?
Busy.
Busy? Busy, busy. But we love our hockey, don't we, James? We're crazy, but we love our hockey. James and I are off after this game is completed, off to the Sadlon Arena to cover Barrie Colts hockey tonight. So it'll be our third hockey game this afternoon. Fun, fun. Face off to the left of Maxwell. Down behind the goal line for Sonia Manos. She'll send it all the way out, just past Jenny Keller's stick. There'll be a foot race. Charlotte Payette gets there first. She'll hang on to it behind the net. Over to Orlicki. This most recent goal scorer for the East Ottawa Stars. Up to Driver. Can't get over that blue line. France right back up to Keller. Keller trying to find a Silva. Out to the far side. Driver looking for Orlicki, goes by the slot. Battle down behind the goal line, trying to get out in front. Puck still loose. Crowd calling for a whistle, but it was in full view of the referee. The only time that referee can call that dead is if he does not see it. And it was sitting there in clear sight in the corner. 3:12 to go in the third. And the goalie's being pulled. Extra attacker on for East Ottawa. So 6-on-5. Timeout now being called by East Ottawa. There's still 3:12 remaining. A lot can happen in 3 minutes. There's only a 2-goal difference. Sharks are going to have to dig in, play their game, keep doing what they're doing. East Ottawa, on the other hand, they see that this game actually still is in sight. If they score 1, maybe they can score 2 and make this really interesting before the end of the game. And I always play devil's advocate. You know, I should be on the Sharks side, but you know what? I'm just a fan of the game, and I love to see battles like this. Don't you, James? Sure. So the netminder will remain on the bench. 6-on-5 here with just over 3 minutes to go. Stewart in for the face-off versus Tessier. Won by East Ottawa. Looking to send it back to the blue line. They hold the line. Send it down. I believe it's McDonald. Back to Cote at the blue line, sending it down, looking to put it out in front, and she's pushed out to behind the net. Still on the hunt. Stars back to the blue line. They'll look, fire it through traffic. Somehow Maxwell sees that, as I could hear it hit the pad. It comes out, turns and fires, hits a body. That's Valley sending it down deep. East Ottawa giving it all they have with the extra attacker. Bouncing puck in the zone. They're looking, and Maxwell gets a glove under all those sticks and puts a stop to that. 2:31 remaining in the third period. 4-2 in favor of the Barrie Sharks. Driver to take the face off for East Ottawa. Sharks win it though. They'll bank it off the plexiglass and clear it out of the zone. Right back to Bisson. Bisson riding the red line, looking for a Hogue. No, she'll carry it in on her own. She's pushed off slightly by Meta. It'll come behind the net. Just about ready for the 2-minute warning. It comes out in front. Shot in by McCran. Maxwell with the save. Puck still loose. Now the referee will whistle it dead. 2:02 on the clock. East Ottawa giving it all they have with the goaltender out. So extra attacker, 6-on-5. Again, no power plays in this third period. Even strength hockey. Shot in by Hogue. That hit Sadie France and that hurt. And Maxwell with the save through traffic. Don't ask me how she saw that peck all the way in. Under 2. Battle for it on the near side corner. Back out to Payette at the blue line. Sending it back down deep and past Hogue. Driver trying to find it, but Mena gets to it first. Will bank it off the boards. Sonia Mena also sporting an A. Congratulations, Sonia. Again, empty net for East Ottawa. McCran behind the net, looking at options. Down to 90 seconds. Wallace getting in the way of that pass, but the puck still manages to get to the neutral zone, and I think it's pretty self-evident what happened after that. 5-2 Barrie Sharks. They'll just get set up for a face-off at center. 79 seconds remaining in the third. Stewart versus McKenzie. 7. Sending it up. Stewart trying to drive it up. Adrielle Charette being credited with that goal. Congratulations to her. That is going to put this one to bed. Willett back into her net to finish out the remainder of this game as we're in our final minute of play. Valley will chase for it behind. Right in front of her goaltender, Cote. Back to Valley. Sharks put it back in play. That's Larmond. It's going to come all the way back. Final 25 seconds. Cosgrave will see it. She'll lift it and sail it to the neutral zone. Sharks will chase it. Final 10 seconds. Well, I'm certainly glad I had the ability here to get here and watch the third period. This was an awesome game. Sharks stay in the win column. And they'll look to continue their winning streak tomorrow afternoon as they host the Mississauga Hurricanes as a part of the Ice Pink event at the Sadlan Arena. Final score here, 5-2. Goal scorers, Keller, Brumwell, Wallace, Stewart, and Charette. So 5 different Sharks. All right, I'm going to say good afternoon here from the Shark Tank. Again, my name is Sheila Gilroy, along with my 2 partners today, Josh McCann, who brought you the first and second, and James Battaglia, who helped me here on camera for the third. Keep the faith. Good afternoon, everybody, and we'll see you soon.